Made with assistance from the Community Broadcasting Foundation and heard from across Australia to around the world online.
You're listening to Z Games, where we bring you the best in gaming news, reviews, community, and culture.
Want to get in touch? Find us on social media or email us on air at zgamesau.net. Coming at you live from 4ZZZ Studios. You might be hanging out with us on 102.1 FM in Brisbane, around the country on the Community Radio Network, or online through iTunes and Spotify. This is Z Games, and we're going to be talking a whole lot of E3.
E3. All of the
It's going to be intense. And we're also going to be chatting Mars Underground. Kate, you've been playing that lately.
Yeah.
And you have good things to say about it?
Yeah, it's fun in a lighthearted way.
Good.
Yeah.
We love
Good.
fun.
I mean, that's what games are for.
Who doesn't?
Z Games, we like fun.
We like fun.
And we're also going to be kind of reflecting on the last 6 months, because all of you kids are goddamn new at this. You've been doing it for only 6 months?
I've been here since what?
January.
Oh, yeah, November.
It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
No, you came in like February, dude.
Yeah, you came in January.
Yeah. No,
Was
because
it?
Millie, you came in like
Was it not December?
November,
'Cause I
December.
went away Yeah, for yeah. Christmas.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, no, I went away for Christmas.
You didn't come in.
It was
Oh.
you did. Yeah. You were
Yeah.
you were an episode after me, I think.
Oh, because your Tomb Raider episode was super early. I remember.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Me talking about bums.
But it's also going to be the last episode that we're on the Community Radio Network. So you might have been listening to us on 102.1 FM in Brisbane, but you might have been listening to us through 8CCC in Alice Springs, through City Park Radio in Launceston, in a bunch of other places down the East Coast, probably. So we don't really know, honestly. The CRN doesn't...
You're out there.
If-
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, like
Thanks,
it's
Somewhere
guys.
in the ether.
it's meant a lot to us that we've had the opportunity to kind of share our passion for games with Australia, and we do it, through the website, through iTunes and Spotify every single week. Anyway, you can still find us through all of those podcasting apps.
Please do. We'll miss you.
Well, I mean, they'll
don't
miss
have
us.
to,
That's
yeah.
why they come to
Yeah,
us.
but we'll miss
Yeah.
them too.
We
Of
will.
course we will.
It's all mutual.
We love listeners.
I mean, I only confirmed literally last week that we're on both Launceston and Alice Springs Radio, but I mean, it's still kind of good that it's there, that it's real.
Everyone loves Alice.
You mean the places, or?
I'm not saying anything about the
Lonnie.
places. I mean,
Lonnie.
I bash on Brisbane enough as it is, so I'm probably not going to have anything to say about any other part of
I
Australia.
mean, I've never been there, so I can't confirm that it exists. But like,
I have been to Launceston.
Is Launceston real, Caitlin?
It's real.
Awesome. We have
It's
confirmation.
Yikes.
It's real.
and some of the people there are listening to us,
Hi.
except next week and forevermore.
For the rest of time.
Sorry.
Unless you find us on
But
iTunes
we'll
and
continue
Spotify.
to exist.
Yes,
We
100%.
promise.
Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this week, we're going to have a look at what's been making headlines in the video game world.
Enjoy.
Across Australian radio and across the world online from 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane. Whoa. Okay, so I didn't expect E3 to be this mental, so I'm just going to blast through the big announcements from the press conferences. Cool? Cool. Let's start with EA. FIFA 20's new edition is Volta Football, a career mode blending NBA 2K My Career's customization with FIFA, Streets, Matches, and Tricks, launching for PC, PS4, and Xbox One on September 27th. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order takes place after the events of Star Wars Episode 3. Players control Cal Kestis, a Jedi who survived the Purge and is now living in hiding on a planet called Braca, with gameplay to match the style of modern third-person action-adventure games like God of War and Uncharted. Fallen Order launches for PS4, PC, and Xbox One on November 15th. A new expansion for The Sims 4 called Living Island will let Sims chill out on the laid-back island of Solani, where they'll be able to take part in activities like swimming, suntanning, and hanging out with dolphins and mermaids. Island Living is coming to Mac and Windows PC on June 21st, and to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on July 16th. Also, I guess Apex Legends and Battlefield 5 got new content and characters, whatever. No one cares! Next up is Xbox. Bleeding Edge is a multiplayer-focused game highlighting melee combat between its 4-player teams. Developed by Ninja Theory, they're known for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice and the Devil May Cry reboot. Bleeding Edge will have a technical alpha starting on June 27th for PC, but it hasn't received an official launch date yet. The Outer Worlds looks like it'll scratch that itch left by Fallout New Vegas. It's an open-world RPG asking players to decipher a conspiracy at the heart of Halcyon, a space colony far away from Earth. Also, you can kill literally any NPC. Live your best chaotic evil life. Outer Worlds is out on October 25th for Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Minecraft Dungeons is basically just Diablo 3 in Minecraft. No, I'm not explaining further. It's out in autumn 2020. Blair Witch is a horror game set in the Blair Witch universe, coming to PC and Xbox One on August 30th. Cyberpunk 2077 apparently now stars Keanu Reeves. You, however, will be playing as V, a fully customizable character in this cover shooter RPG from the developers of the Witcher series. It's releasing for PS4, Xbox One, and PC on April 16th, 2020. Metroidvania-style platformer Ori and the Will of the Wisps brings more varied environments and giant spiders to PC and Xbox One on February 11th, 2020. Gears 5 follows Kate Diaz after the cliffhanger ending of Gears of War 4. It releases September 9th for PC and Xbox One. Alright, home stretch guys, here we go. Forza Horizon 4 is getting a LEGO expansion on June 13th. The next entry in the Tales series is called Tales of Arise and it releases next year sometime. And finally, the next Halo game is called Halo Infinite and it's launching simultaneously for Xbox One and Microsoft's new console, codenamed Scarlet, before Christmas next year.
Okay, so now that Microsoft is finally out of the way because they stole the spotlight for way too long, let's quickly smash some Square Enix. Final Fantasy VIII is being remastered for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and also Switch later this year. But the big one, Final Fantasy VII Remake, is releasing for PS4 on March 3rd, 2020. Although the press release says it's the, quote, first game in this project, unquote. So it looks like we'll be waiting a while longer for the full game. Also, there was some talk about the Mana series and Crystal Chronicles, but whatever, no one cares. Alright, Nintendo time. Pokemon Sword and Shield will feature max raid battles with Dynamax Pokemon when it launches on the 15th of November for Switch. Zelda Link's Awakening will release with a limited edition physical version with an art book and Game Boy themed steel case. Link's Awakening is out September 20th. Animal Crossing New Horizons will have players embark on an ultra-exclusive Nook Inc. Deserted Island getaway package when it releases on March 20th next year. Smash Ultimate will have Hero from the Dragon Quest series and Banjo-Kazooie join the fight later this year. And finally, a pair of Japanese as hell games, Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina, are releasing on August 30th and September 13th, respectively. How much news do we need in one go? Holy God, there's so much news. I don't think we mentioned, so my name's Jack.
No, you're not.
That's Millie.
Hi.
That's Caitlin.
Hey.
That's
Why are you
Kate.
pointing?
Hi.
That's Kosh.
Hi.
So that you know that I'm talking to you, because half the time
Everyone just talks at once.
busy.
everyone's talking at once. When we have 5 people in the studio, it devolves into hell.
Speak of devolving.
Devolve. So
Yeah.
there were 3 that I didn't have in that wrap up there. That was actually a
segue.
solid segue.
Yeah.
I didn't speak about Bethesda, Devolver,
Goodbye,
UB,
Bethesda.
PC, or VR.
Yep.
You have not. No one cares about VR. Whatever.
I mean, if I had a VR headset, I would
Yeah,
care.
yeah,
But
yeah.
even then, most of the stuff is gimmicky and everything. So it's
But of
nothing...
all of us to actually care about VR, you're the only one with money. So like,
Wow.
so like, and if you don't
so
care,
true.
like,
I don't care.
like
Yeah.
the one for one, it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
I
yikes.
care about Beat Saber, but I care about it if I get to play it for
Yeah.
free when my partner yoinks a VR headset from
Yeah,
work.
exactly.
So-
Pretty much.
A plus use of the word yoink there.
Yeah.
PC Gamer Show. Did you watch PC Gamer Show?
I absent-mindedly, yeah.
Was it just Fortnite?
Was there anything worth
Had it in the
mentioning?
background.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Nerds.
So-
for nerds.
For nerds, if D&D nerds, all of that stuff,
okay.
it's made by
Nice.
Larian Studios, which is the guys who do Divinity, Original Sin. One of the,
yeah.
in my opinion, one of the best RPGs, like kind of isometric turn-based RPGs that's out at the moment. So they're handling the Baldur's Gate license with Wizards of the Coast. That should be really, really cool. But
Cool.
they didn't announce anything. It was like, when it's done, we will do
They were
it.
like, here's the name of the game, and then
Yeah.
we're like, don't talk to us.
This
Yeah.
is a thing.
We are working
probably
on
at
it.
some stage.
Yeah.
It's like that time that Metroid Prime 4 got announced with literally just 4 on the screen.
Yeah. It's here, it's a thing, and we will get it done when it's done.
Ubisoft, Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs Legion. That looks really cool.
I can't wait to play as a grandma. like,
yes,
That's
that's
what I was
right.
saying.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
This
nice.
is how I can
Just
drag.
yep.
This is how I can do this. I can play as a grandma doing this. Nope.
Didn't happen.
Hi.
Yep. Again, you can't see us, but we are dancing.
We are
I
Shay
saw a
Wiggling.
meme online that was like Ubisoft in 2016. No, we can't animate women.
Oh, yeah,
It's too
correct.
hard.
Yeah. Well, that was an
And
Assassin's
then here we
Creed.
are. Yep.
Motion captured grandma.
I'm so
Kicking
proud.
ass. I love her.
I love the 90s, running in the 90s.
Running in the 90s.
So yeah, was that literally the only thing that Ubisoft was like said
In
that
my
was
opinion,
worth mentioning?
I think, yeah.
Did
Yikes.
they say anything about Far Cry?
Not that I saw, no.
Oh, really? What about Assassin's Creed? Anything?
There was something about
We
Assassin's
did
Creed.
get an AC mention, from what I recall.
Good.
No Ragnarok.
No Ragnarok.
No Ragnarok.
Assassin's Creed Thor.
Well, I mean, we were talking about it last week, and we were like, well, I mean, 4chan's... Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, it's not the name at all in any way.
Oh no, it's 4chan.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah, it doesn't look to be anything from Assassin's Creed.
Bow, bow.
So...
New Just Dance, I think, was coming out, obviously.
Oh, Far Cry, no.
No Far Cry.
Wow, another Just Dance.
I know, it's
like
surprising.
every
Are we
year.
surprised?
No.
Sequels on sequels.
Sequels on sequels. Annual sequels.
It's like boards on boards, and then you get electrocuted.
Pretty much.
Oh no.
Welcome to LAN parties.
Oh, I love it.
Boards on boards on boards.
And then you have to troubleshoot for 3 hours because you realise that you've run one cable out of the network box around the entire set of PCs and then back into the network
And you're
box
like,
and you're going,
which cable is that?
which
Yeah.
cable is that? Yeah. Shorts out the
Why
entire
did
network.
this happen?
Pretty much. But yeah, Watch Dogs Legion look cool. Press F to hack, pretty much. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just
cool.
what it is. But
Yeah.
the amount of characters,
Some
every
nerd.
person in the world is simulated.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like, you can look at... there's no NPC. The NPC
Well, I
becomes
mean-
the player.
I mean, technically, every NPC is simulated. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
like,
but
what do you want? What are you talking about?
you can't... Yeah, I get it.
What are you doing?
Going with gaming jargon.
Like, we know that you're probably coming down from a 7-day meth binge.
Blurnalism.
Bring it back.
Blurnalism.
Guys, what if
Yes. Oh my god.
What if we simulated every NPC in a world? And we're like, that's every game ever.
What are you talking about?
Welcome to the
Ubisoft?
real world.
What are you... What?
Bethesda.
What if they weren't real, but they were?
This simulated.
Let's move on to Bethesda. Did Bethesda say anything that we
the
care
bin,
about?
It was just kind of a weak fart. That was pretty much it.
yeah.
Starbound has what's it called? Starfield
Wasn't
hasn't
mentioned.
been mentioned.
No, ES6.
ES6 hasn't been mentioned.
But they said that from the start. They said that before.
Oh
E3.
yeah, Fallout 76 is now like
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
yes.
hey,
NPCs.
Do you want
Guys,
NPCs in your
hey,
game?
do you... So Fallout 76, we know you're all really angry, you need to take out your rage, so now you can kill each other!
Battle Royale.
That's
Battle
pretty-
Royale.
Yeah.
and NPCs. What?
Remember that time how, like, we released Fallout 76 and we're like, a world with no NPCs simulated. So, like,
Yeah.
and now they're like, we're bringing them back.
So Battle Royale mode, if you can find a single other player, you can kill them.
It's 50.
Dude, I'm waiting for the patch for No Man's Sky where if you find another player, you can kill them. But I'll be looking for
You
years.
find another player.
Yeah.
mod
We
it.
made it better, guys. Please
Smarts.
come back.
No.
Yeah.
Just play it
Stop
until you
running.
die in real life.
Stop running. We love you.
Was there not a single thing that Bethesda mentioned that was cool?
Tokyo Ghostwire.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only good thing. And the
Akumi.
Yeah.
person
I
that
love
announced
her.
it.
Everyone's waifu.
Yeah, Akumi, I love her, and I am very excited. That's the one trailer I have watched, and oh my god, it looks
What is it
beautiful
actually
and
though?
amazing.
It's got a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about the game.
No.
It's like a mystery, like a paranormal mystery
Yeah.
that you have to solve.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
I'm
Murdered
into that.
Soul Suspect sort of thing?
Kind of vibe,
Kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it looks amazing. Like, it's beautiful.
I mean, it is a cinematic trailer, but
It's still
Yeah.
beautiful. I love the
I just-
visuals.
I just like that there's something I'm interested in from Bethesda. It's like a very low bar, and
Dude,
there's one thing
all
that's
they,
just a little
all they
bit
needed to do
above.
for me, they could have released a Dishonored. They could have released a Prey sequel, right? Those were good games.
Doom Eternal.
They
though,
could have
guys.
fixed Fallout.
Oh, yeah, Doom.
Oh, get it. It's dead.
Fix
Get
it.
over it.
Fix it, please. For the love of God, fix it.
No.
No, I don't
announce
think that's
Dude.
happening.
Dude,
Oh dear, dude.
What?
dude to Revenant skin for Doom.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Dude.
Memes, internet memes.
It's literally a skeleton with trumpets attached.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
The dudes.
Okay, great.
I just need it to, like, every time you should go.
Every time you
Little
shoot.
Perfect. Devolver Digital, you said it was fun, but were there any games of mention that you can recall?
Not really. They did a
No, not really. They were pretty
No,
boring.
They are terrible
Just being
marketing.
our journalists.
I was stunned with the entertainment value. That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I watched that for entertainment,
That's
and then
the
they were
thing
like
with these.
freebooting
They're
stuff.
all so flashy and pretty and exciting, and then you walk away and you're like, what were they talking
Yeah,
about?
pretty much.
What did they actually tell me that I needed to know?
All the opposite is they overload you with stuff. So with the PC gaming show, it
Oh,
was just
yeah.
game,
PC always is, though.
game.
Yeah.
That's it. And I was like, what?
Well, that's just
Yeah.
Steam. They've got to drown out all of the, like,
All of the non-Portal.
bloatware. Yeah. Can you get... It's not Valve. It's not a Valve press conference.
Yeah.
It's just PC. Get over it.
No.
There
I
was
won't
something with
continue
E3
to
in it.
Why would you bring
say.
up Portal and not Half-Life? It's never coming. Like,
Because she has things to say.
welcome back to Z Games, where I just verbally abuse Millie for like an entire hour. It's never
She
happening.
sobs because none of the games she wants are here.
So I
No Far Cry, no
basically.
Valve.
I mentioned a bunch of like roundups of the press conferences there. Is there an... Just dying over there. Cool.
I coughed away from the microphone. Do you want me to,
But the
So
point
offended.
is, you did cough.
do you want me to cough directly
Want me to
into
vomit
it?
directly into the microphone? Does anyone have anything to say about Microsoft? Oh, Keanu.
Oh, Keanu.
Yeah, no.
Pretty much.
So
Yeah.
Cyberpunk 2077
You're
is
breathtaking.
not an
You're
Xbox
breathtaking.
exclusive, but Cyberpunk 2077 was shown there. I'm happy.
Looks cool.
Look pretty.
By the way, Millie, you know you play as V in Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Sorry, what?
But not
Come
the
again?
V you know. The character is just literally called V.
Sorry, what?
Like,
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
yeah, yeah.
Vendetta.
It's
V for Vendetta.
okay, great.
Play as Anonymous.
Yeah, so it stars Keanu Reeves, but you don't play
What
as
is
Keanu
going
Reeves. You
on?
play as V, a fully customizable character.
Ah!
No, that's fine. Because
I mean,
you
when
can
they say
chat
fully
with
You can
Keanu.
make-
You
you
can
can chat with
interact
Keanu.
with him, and
Fully
that's what matters.
customizable.
How customizable?
But not V from DMC5.
No.
Yeah. It's
Listen,
an avatar. It's
listen,
an avatar.
mate. I am here for fully customizable games. I will spend 2 hours customizing a character.
Oh, throwback to Guild Wars 2 character customization.
Throwback to
Final
Saints Row
Fantasy.
4.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, my character was purple for like the full game.
Sonic Forces, hello.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
Oh, Knuckles!
Fully
Every-
green jumpsuit.
See, I've only ever liked customizing a character in one game, and you're all gonna laugh at this. It was Top Spin on the original Xbox.
Oh my god, no!
I don't know what that is.
It's a tennis game.
that came for free. That was one of the original Xbox bundles, and I made her look so ridiculous. And then I played tennis through their career.
Rank
it was
number
great.
1.
For no reason.
Jesus.
I just made her hideous.
So that was the Xbox roundup. Literally nothing else we care about. Oh, I
Project
don't.
Scarlet and Halo.
Oh yeah, the next Xbox
Oh,
has been announced.
Halo,
Project
yes.
Scarlet.
Yes.
Why is it called Scarlet?
Yeah,
It's
that's
well, I mean,
interesting.
the last one was called Scorpio. So
Yeah.
like, but ooh, you
They're
know.
gonna make it red
Dude,
instead
I'm
of green.
so
it's
keen
gonna be
for
red.
8K 120 FPS. Boo.
Okay.
For
I
about
still have a
6 seconds.
1080p TV.
Yeah.
Big same.
Yeah.
Like at
How
this
many
point,
teraflops though? Is
what
what
are
we
we?
really want.
I want so
Yeah.
many T-flops, dude.
Flops, dude.
More.
Like,
Not enough.
why do
Not
we
enough
need
T-flops.
8K consoles? Like, we're talking about The Witcher coming to Switch, dude. Like, that thing
Yeah.
has nothing.
Just welcome
Yeah,
to...
that has nothing.
They just want to, like, brag about how much storage they have. That's it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, look what we can do if anyone ever made a game for it, and if you might have the TV that is
I
compatible
guess
with it.
the the point they argue is that, like, oh, well, this is going to help increase the adoption of 8K
Yes.
televisions
No, it
and help increase the adoption of high refresh rate TVs.
That I hope.
hope, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
but
Gaming monitors, things like that.
4K still hasn't really taken off, at least in Australia.
No.
Game sizes in 4K are F off massive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's not something, I mean, from an Australian perspective, no.
There's no point.
No.
I would much rather play on the Switch a jet engine in a cardboard box than
Yeah.
your goddamn, I forgot the name,
exactly.
Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Who cares?
It's going to take 10 years to download a game, too. It's like, why?
Exactly, yeah. And then it'd be like, oh, by the way, we're full.
Yeah.
Like, get more space.
Yeah.
Because your games are huge, because we can do all this Flash stuff.
And now the system's full, so buy some external storage.
Yeah.
And it's like super super
Upgrade.
cheap, and it's super slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
Or-
to Apple.
You sit
Yeah.
there
Hey.
and you're
Ouch.
683rd in
True.
queue to play Halo Infinite. Because it's like it's half streaming, half... Because it was Year of the Cloud, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
true.
Like,
Yeah.
they had all
Where
these,
was
like,
xCloud?
that's right.
You know?
Bethesda have... Oh, God. Yes.
xCloud.
So they had
He's
Google
doing
Stadia.
an X with his arms.
X.
They had Google
Punch the
Stadia.
mic-
I'll punch the microphone if I
Oh,
want to.
no.
X.
But that's the other thing from Bethesda's
Knuckles.
conference as well, is
Yeah.
they had a new streaming service. So they had a new, I think, encoding streaming service called, is it Origin or something like that?
What, EA?
Origin already
Orion.
exists.
Orion.
EA still...
Orion.
still
Orion,
have-
whatever.
No, they still have Origin.
Orion Springfield? The worst shopping center?
Pretty
That's
much.
literally what it came up with to begin
Orion.
with.
Orion
Is
is
Orion.
Orion is star stuff. Like, this is a star.
Orion's belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
so that was,
galaxy.
yeah,
Yeah.
Bethesda. Cool,
Yeah.
they have new tech, but no new games.
No
Pretty much. It did look cool though, but it just kind of all the streaming stuff. I'm like, we're never getting that here.
No.
Like, you need such good internet to be able to do it.
Correction, you need just good internet. Yeah, just internet.
Or we're going to run off our 4G phones and stream like Rainbow Six or something.
5G's coming, but like,
5G's coming.
let's see how many teeth that costs. Like,
yeah, true.
All of our
honestly.
And
I'm still on my wisdom teeth, so I'm going to save up.
Yeah, save up.
A
kidney.
So let's talk Square Enix for 4 seconds. You reckon Final Fantasy VII's still not coming out?
Oh, I think it's going to get pushed back just because of Kingdom Hearts and because of
it's like
Final Fantasy
Square Enix
15 and because it's Square Enix
Tetsuya
and
Nomura
they
doesn't
can't
know.
get a game done on time.
It's just Tetsuya Nomura. It's just Tetsuya Nomura. He doesn't know how to project manage.
Yeah, it's him. And like, it's no shade or anything like that. It's just...
Oh, it's shade.
But like,
well, honestly, these are skills that can be built upon.
Yeah.
9 months. Like, there's no friggin' way. We've gotten a trailer so far, a bit of gameplay,
Barely
so that but I don't see it happening by March next year. I could be proved wrong.
I'm of the mind that it will come out on March, but it will not be. It'll be like Final Fantasy 15 was when it released versus now. Now it feels feature complete. Final Fantasy 7 Remake Disc 1, like Part 1, because it's a multi-part series. Well, it's
Chapter 32,
a multi-part
Manchester 3
series that they're going to be releasing it as.
Yeah.
So I think that's still going to hit that, but it's not going to be very contentful.
Yeah.
So
it'll be either short or it'll have a heap of patches that need to happen, like 15. Yeah.
It looks like I was talking with some people beforehand, and they were saying like, oh, maybe they had to rebuild the engine, but it looks to me like they just used Final Fantasy 15's engine.
No, it doesn't at all. Jeez, no.
The gameplay style is
Final Fantasy
different.
They would have to grab elements from it. Because, like, otherwise, if they're building the game, rebuilding it from the ground up, that makes sense. It would take this long, but it's not like they have to redo the story.
That's foul.
Like, they don't have to do... They know what the characters look like. I'm sure they have to redraw everything and reanimate
They're
everything.
using Unreal Engine 4. FF15 was not an Unreal
Really?
Engine. 100%. Well, Kingdom Hearts 3 was.
Yeah.
That's how they managed to get it out
yeah.
so fast. They don't have... Well, I mean, they'll probably still have a tech team helping, but they don't need to have a tech dev team build the tools to make the game fast and then make the game. They're just like, oh, cool,
Okay,
UE4,
Unreal,
run with it.
So
That's
what I
why
mean.
it's going to get out on time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright, we'll
I guess.
see.
Yeah.
I'll believe
You're
it
like,
when
probably not.
When it's on shelves and I can see a disc, then I'll believe it.
I mean, we
Not
said the
saying
same.
is believing.
We said the same at the beginning of this year with Kingdom Hearts, and that came out. So
Shouldn't have.
wow, yikes. Last one. I think it's the last one. Yeah, sure. Nintendo.
Wow.
Nintendo 64.
Let me tell you something.
Very
Let
quickly,
me tell
very
you.
quickly, because we have a separate podcast about it.
Banjo's back.
Banjo's back.
Okay.
Banjo's back.
Banjo's
That's it.
back, and
He's
I'm
back
just so happy.
Banjo Smash. That's it. That's all I need.
That happy bear is back in my life, and I'm so happy. Like, vomit happy.
Oh, okay. Maybe not in the studio, please.
Yeah, all over the table.
Jeez.
Well, like, listen.
Animal Cross.
Yeah,
Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Animal Crossing. And Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild sequel.
Zoe's got short hair.
And Link's Awakening.
Oh, yeah, Link's
Oh, yeah,
Awakening.
little tiny baby Link.
Little
Yeah.
baby Link.
It looks
Yeah.
so cute.
He's shaped like Kirby.
Pokemon.
I'm here for it.
Pokemon.
And Pokemon.
And Pokemans.
Pokemon.
And I don't think there was a whole lot else. Oh, I mean, Fire Emblem Waifu Simulator. Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'm still keen for.
There's another character for Smash as well. It's like the My Hero one.
Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
from Dragon Quest Builders. So
Yeah, from
that
Dragon
one's
Quest.
first. That
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
first in July.
Yeah, and then Banjo.
And then Banjo. So yeah, I know no one talks about that one.
Oh, and also...
No one talks about that
I'll
one. Everyone
say-
just wants Banjo.
I'll say a
Angie.
few of these ports. Spyro is coming to Switch, which I'm keen for.
Stop, Caitlin.
Super Lucky's Tale is coming to Switch,
Super
which I've been
Lucky's
wanting to
Tale
play
is
for a while.
Yep.
Crystal Chronicles is going to come one day.
One day.
I mean, it got released on the GameCube 15 years ago. So
Final
whatever.
Fantasy VIII remastered as well.
Can Final Fantasy leave for like 10 years?
It's not it's just a re-release.
Just go away,
They're
Final
just
Fantasy. I'm
re-releasing
sick
the
of
PC
you.
version. Resident Evil 5 and 6 are coming to Switch as well.
Yep, that looks cool.
Kate reviewed those. It was early this year. Yeah.
Note.
And yeah. Oh, Elder Scrolls Blades finally on a console that people actually want to play it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will they actually want to play it?
No.
Probably not. No.
What that?
Oh, Blades is like Skyrim on your phone, but trash.
It's like a first person and you like
Okay.
swipe to attack and then build stuff. It doesn't
So
matter.
Skyrim Fruit Ninja, basically.
Kind of.
I hate that. I
hate
hate that
it so
description
much.
so much.
Thanks.
That's the worst. I want that printed on the box. Skyrim Fruit Ninja.
I'll make a
basically,
shirt.
on the box. jeez.
Get Zed Games merch now.
Slice and sweet rolls instead of fruit.
Yes.
We have a lot more to say about the E3 announcements, so we made an entirely separate podcast about it. You can find it at zgamesau.net or on iTunes and Spotify by searching for Zgames. It will be out the week after you're listening to this, which will probably be mid-June-ish. But yeah, E3...
E3 good.
Decent. New consoles are still coming, but it's, solid.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few little things that I was like, wee, but it's mostly Nintendo stuff.
Just Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
Just
basically.
Animal Crossing.
And Ghostwire.
Oh yeah, Ghostwire. And Cyberpunk 2077.
Keanu.
That was messy and I loved it.
It was messy. This entire thing is
So
messy.
am
It's
I.
fine. You're hanging out on Zed Games with Jack, Millie, Caitlin,
Why
Kate,
is
and
the
Kosh.
camera pointed at me so frighteningly?
Hello.
That's some really good
Because we're
zoom
going to
too.
interview you now.
Is it like up my nose?
Yeah.
That's exactly
Where
what
were
it is.
you on the night of?
So we've been doing this for 6 months now. We kind of I took over from Ray at the end of last year.
Good old Radio Granddad.
You three had met Ray, I feel.
Yes.
Kosh, you haven't yet.
No, I haven't yet.
Probably never will.
Probably.
Granddad's gone.
Oh, it's pretty uncommon for him to come in because Ray ran the show for about 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Like he began in the beginning of 2010. It is now mid 2019, so it's almost been 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Me with my YouTube channel.
Oh, we're not doing that.
Not doing that,
Dude,
no.
I was like 2009, like 2007.
Yeah.
I'm not going back that far.
Yeah.
But Millie, you came in and you
Hi.
were like, I want Lara Croft to destroy me with her thighs. And like the radio tower for Triple Z was out. So we went to the external monitor and all we could hear was and,
Yeah, I think
and Adrian's audio corrupted the PC.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Like, everything fell apart.
Yeah, and I was just sitting there going, is this how radio normally
What?
works? And you're just there going,
Everything's fine. Yeah.
and Ray's just sitting there on his phone like, yeah.
Yeah. He was like just numb to it.
You're just numb.
Yeah.
But you also brought a lot of spoops because that was something we really didn't have a whole lot of.
I did, because I felt like y'all needed some spoopiness up in her. That was horrible.
Up in her.
I regret
I'm
everything.
gonna get in the bin.
It
Yeah.
was
Yeah, but like
highlights were like Ben and Sonic EXE for me, definitely.
Oh yeah, because I just like pooped all over Sonic.exe.
You were like, this is the worst scary story ever.
It was, and it still is. And like they've released like updates for it since. Because I looked it up recently, I was like, this is still crap. Like, why give up? Like, just take like a page out of Ben's book. Like, that's how you do spoop, not like 10 million liters of red pixels. Okay,
That's fair.
not allowed.
That's fair.
It doesn't work.
But
But
yeah,
what if we add more red pixels?
What about 20,000
I'm
pixels?
adding more.
I'm
I'm
Knuckles!
going to hope that it works.
Bing, 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 add more red pixel.
Yeah.
yeah. I would say this has been an interesting experience, especially since Adrian got banished halfway through.
Yeah, that was kind of
But
sad,
now we've got
wasn't it?
our other diversity here.
Thanks.
Oh gosh.
Thanks for the mention.
But you're like
replacement straight white male.
But you're
I'm
like
so
the biggest
glad.
version
Yeah.
of diversity because you're straight, white, male,
Cis.
cis, and rich. So, you know. You're like the 5 big ones.
That's the diversity we need.
Rich
Yeah.
is relative. The
Yeah.
other 4 of us are living in poverty.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, what are we comparing it
That's all we
to?
You've got like big boy job and
Yeah.
everything. Like big boy money, big boy job.
But-
I'm just
Okay.
surprised we could find one on such short notice.
Yeah,
'cause they're
exactly.
hard to come by.
They are very hard to come by.
Of all of the ones to find, we get the one from Ipswich?
Yeah, right.
The one that has to roll in
That's
from
probably why he's
Ipswich.
not in poverty. He's not
Yeah.
paying out of his ass for
Yeah,
rent.
exactly.
Don't at me.
You've also been
wrong.
hitting
Yeah.
the buttons since...
I have.
It's been a few months.
Yeah, I've been learning the buttons and screaming.
You've had no formal training.
No formal training, other than just Jack going, get on. I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
What buttons do I press?
It was...
This one?
There were 3 times that I got you onto the buttons, and then you were like, no, get off, I'm doing them. And I was like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, they're fun. I really enjoy it. It's an interesting new experience, and it makes things a lot more spicy. Keeps you on your toes. That's for sure. Especially
when stuff
like
breaks.
Yeah, when stuff breaks, you're like you gotta like fix it. Then you press the wrong button, and something goes mah, 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 in the background.
And you're like, what is happening?
And then I was looking at the waveform once because we were screeching about something. And
You're
it was
like,
just red.
why is it red?
And I was panicking because someone was talking at the time, and I had like smack cringy. And I was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "He's like, oh no, it's just because we peak all the time." And
very
I'm looking
loud.
at it right now, and it's literally just red.
There's a lot of red.
It's so red.
If it was a health chart, it would be scary.
We're dead. We're
Yeah.
legally dead
There's
at
like
this point.
something going on with your patient.
It's fine, we're just screaming.
Yeah.
See,
But-
worse than that, like the worst thing that we could do on this show is like defame like a politician or something like that. And the closest we've gotten is bashing on ACU, which I think is pretty
And
solid.
Forex.
They
And
deserve it.
Forex.
And Forex.
Yeah, that's the worst we've ever done.
We got in trouble for.
I'm not doing anything.
Don't bring us back.
I'm not. I'm just saying that's the worst things that we've done was bashing on ACU and Forex. So I
That's
think
fair.
we've done
We
pretty good.
narrowly avoided a Scientology catastrophe.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah, because
That's
I got
true.
too
Yes.
heated. I got too heated in case like shh. I was like, sorry.
What was the?
We love you,
saber like?
Scientology.
We
Everyone
believe
can
everyone
do
can do anything.
whatever they want.
Believe how you
That's
feel.
what you want to do.
We love you, Scientology. We really do.
I love everyone.
But here's back on like a little serious note in between all the screaming. This is probably one of the first times that I've sort of done something like this. Number one, sort of out of my comfort zone. Because the first time I did it, Jack saw me how sweaty I was. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it was. It was quite moist.
I was a moist girl. But this is also one of the first times I've actually openly said, like in public, that I'm bisexual. So
Yeah, true.
yeah, because like the first time I was on air, I was like, let me just talk about Lara Croft, and then I was like, actually, you know what?
We should clarify.
I like her butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want her to crush me. And it's like,
And that became your staple for every single week.
yeah, and it's
since
just
then.
a staple since then about is Millie thirsty for this character?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
And oh no, I just realised that sounds really awful because I've spoken about a lot of characters that are animals.
Did you want to announce something else on air?
I am not a
Red
furry.
pixels.
I mean, you
Just for
weren't the
clarification.
one to play Sonic Forces. That was Caitlin.
Yeah, that was Caitlin played furry emulator.
Oh, I hate that so much. I hate that more than anything. Actually, camera's on to you guys now. Guess what?
That's what, guys.
Both of you, as the Twitch grills.
Hi.
Barely
Hey, I'm right here.
animal,
Come
but
on.
yes.
Grills.
Yes, exactly.
Caitlin, you had no sort of... Actually, no. It was 3 degrees of separation, I feel,
Yeah.
between you and us.
Yeah.
It was like you and to your partner, to one of my mates that I worked with.
No, so it was like my friend, now housemate,
That's right.
her former partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he
Knew
was like...
Adrian, and Adrian, and
I was working
you-
with Will as
yeah,
well.
You were, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And you were like,
And Will was
I'm
like...
looking for this, and
oh,
Will
hey.
was like, this is you, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh.
it is me. And we had coffee, and it was great, and the rest is history.
Aw.
And also, what was really weird is that I actually met you like
Yeah.
2 weeks before at Supernova,
Yeah, we
and
met
you
each-
complimented
Oh,
my
yeah.
Connor outfit, and you were dressed as Kara. It was so weird because like we were just
Yeah.
talking. I was like, hang on,
Wait.
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
because I recognized that your girlfriend Kate's picture was like what I wanted to buy from her,
Connor,
but she was
yeah.
missing the keychains, and I was like,
Yeah, so we met before we even started doing this together,
Yeah.
which is just
Same.
bizarro land.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met at
Yeah.
a Twitch meet
Yeah.
beforehand.
I
And
Josh and I met at a Twitch
Wait,
meet
wait,
as well,
wait.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we've all met Caitlin in
Like-
a roundabout way.
Yeah.
She gets about.
Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Brisbane.
There are
We
4
all know
people.
each other.
Lost
There's 4
community.
people.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
But, like, what's the... Because probably a good question for both of you. Kosh, you're a little bit different because you're a blind analyst.
That's a
Blindless.
Going from Twitch streaming and, Kate, a little bit of YouTube
Yeah.
to, like, radio.
In air quotes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be the first to admit, I was shocked by how much harder this is.
Yes.
Really?
It's actually
Yeah, like
quite
it's
difficult.
because,
Okay.
one, it's live and not
Yes.
with people who I have built
It's
a
not
relationship
your
with.
audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They aren't expecting me to do a me.
Yeah.
So,
So you have to be like, wait, I can't say something incredibly inflammatory. I need to be...
I need to
Bring it back.
put a pause, not a break, but a pause.
Just put a pin. I'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
the one
why. That's
thing
why
that-
Millie was like, "So I'm bisexual." Okay, moving on. I want her to crut. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You need to like set the tone. I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Context
Yes.
is everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
And with this being, like, obviously the internet isn't private, but with this being so public and open to all audiences, it's not that I don't think that I can't do it, but it's difficult to tread the line with
Yeah.
who it might be.
Yeah.
And one thing that I will say...
And for national broadcast, that's been even more so because, like,
Yeah.
no matter where you're listening to this, like, we're broadcast in a number of different places, and truthfully, I don't know where some of those places are. So we're like, let's bring
Tweet
it
us and
back.
let us know.
Let's try
Yeah,
not to
yeah.
be too inflammatory. Let's try not to do a whole lot of swearing on the show.
Yeah.
And so that has been like a thing that I've been like, guys, maybe bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that we're off community radio now, we're
we're
probably
just
going to swear a
reading.
bunch. So like that's
It's going to be a podcast, glorified podcast.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Another thing that always annoys me is when you finish a segment and then you're like, oh, I forgot to mention this.
Yes.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
We talk about it when like the music is playing.
Yeah,
and stuff
we'll be
like
like
that. We
listening
just
to
have a
music and talking about
continuous
it.
conversation,
But sadly, you guys don't get to hear that. So.
Sorry.
We need breaks. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
as
true.
much as you guys will stream for like 2 or 3 hours, if you're lucky, you know, like the fact that we're on air for an hour, it is an intense hour. And if we didn't have those music breaks, you would melt.
That's
Most
true.
likely,
Like-
yeah.
It's
Like-
content heavy, whereas
Yeah.
with streaming, at least I can sit and
It's laid
pause and
back,
go,
yeah.
look at this.
It's a bit more chill.
Especially with some of your segments, Kay, which I've really,
Yeah.
really enjoyed because it's opened up so much discussion and more things to like think about in regards. It's not just like a couple. We
like game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really like game.
pew.
Yeah. But like we're a bunch of trash heaps who play.
Aw.
who-
True.
Yeah, but
No.
a good trash.
That's a
heap.
statement. That's
Yeah,
not
but
like,
like we all play video
Yeah.
games and it's just
glossy
like,
trash heap.
but that's what I thought it was going to be. Just like, oh, like the game and it's good, you buy. Or like, nerd time.
Yeah.
But like in reality, we've been
dad,
actually
just
having
for-
like, in between reeing
yeah.
and screaming, but we've actually been talking like real serious issues in regards to video games.
Yeah.
Like,
We're talking about mental health.
Mental
We were
health.
talking about, although, I mean, we bashed on ACU, so I'm guessing that we were talking about like the legitimacy of esports
Yes.
and just sort of
Yes.
gaming in culture more broadly. Like these are things that need to be discussed. I mean, Adrian's segment on voice acting
His was amazing.
massive.
That was
yeah,
brilliant.
but it was really interesting
Yeah.
because you don't actually think about how much work goes into voice acting, which is,
Oh, to that segment, holy crap, there was so much
Yeah.
editing.
but it's just it's very fascinating, and I'm actually very, very happy that I got the chance to do this and listen to some of the research that you guys have put in into whether it's just like, is game good? Or like,
Yeah.
this is a real hard-hitting issue. Let's talk about this.
But even when we're talking about this game good, like you reviewed The Mortician's Tale, and
Yeah.
that sort of spun off into its own sort of like discussion about, and then you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I'll do Mortician one
Yeah.
sometime, right? Like,
Yeah.
it really speaks to how much of a serious impact games can have on people's lives in so many different ways.
Hugely.
Yeah.
I think like for me, like moving from Twitch to this, because I had only just started doing Twitch when I sort of met you. I've been doing it for a few months, and had since gotten a full-time job, and
Yeah.
basically with
Adulting.
my health and stuff like that, I can't do full-time work and also stream the amount I was streaming.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice to step into a space where I can still like talk about video games and voice my opinions on games that I love and sort of share them with you guys and with anybody that's listening. Just like it's been nice to sort of do a condensed version, I guess,
Yeah.
of what I would otherwise be doing
Definitely
on Twitch.
condensed, yeah.
But like, yeah, it's good, and it's nice having the space to talk about it with you guys and like to have the different opinions and learn about new things that I might not have known about otherwise. Like, yeah. So for me, it's been a really nice alternative thing that I can do to
streaming,
Twitch.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So that brings us to Kosh.
Hi.
How do you feel about being Adrian's replacement?
I'm glad I can feel the minority of this production, I think. You guys are saying about moving from Twitch over to radio being difficult, but I guess I found it pretty easy. I think
But you're a blown.
Yeah, you're a blownless.
That's kind of
it's
why.
kind of different though. Like typing, sitting
Yeah.
down typing for 3 hours on a 2,000 word piece on whatever the heck I'm doing, or pumping out a random press release that I can just do, and I can listen to music and I'm all good to go. But with Twitch streaming, especially, it's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours
Yeah.
of just.
24, thank you very much.
Jeez.
I haven't done that yet. I'm getting close.
It's not healthy.
It's not. It's
Doing
really
it again.
not.
You
No.
can't stop me, Dad.
Go to bed.
But yeah, like anyone who watches any of my content will know that I just don't shut up. So like, it's just go. There's no time. Maybe you guys, different style of broadcasting.
I think it's very similar in that it's entertaining, but here I feel like I want it to be more legitimate because it's radio.
I really had to
It
bring back
feels
this.
more real.
I had to bring back the swearing. That's for sure.
Yeah.
'Cause I swear, Australia.
I was like-
Yeah.
I swear so much.
I
on
just like held them back
Yeah.
for 6
Swear
months,
so much.
and now we're off
And
CRN.
in
You're like, oh, it's a shame that we're not on CRN anymore. But man, I'm gonna go hectic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Me
no.
too.
I'm going to invent so many swear words.
Me too.
Guys.
I've already dropped a couple accidentally on this show.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Actually, same. Yeah.
I've caught one or twice, and I've just gone,
We need a new button. But yeah, it's been good. I'm still new. I fill in the diversity quota here, which is fine. I like having that title. I think it's really good. But yeah, it's interesting seeing how everything works and being able to gel with you guys as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's no weird points either. We just kind of get along and talk about them video games.
Video games. But it's also like
Yeah.
for you, you've gone to events for us. Like you went to IEM Sydney.
Yeah.
We're all going to be. Well, I mean, anyone that can afford to get to goddamn Melbourne in October. PAX is happening. Millie, you and I go on a TGS in September.
Yeah.
Like
I'm so jealous.
event coverage is a completely different beast.
Yeah,
Hugely.
definitely.
For
I actually found like it's easier to do it on here though for event coverage.
Definitely.
Because I can just talk about it for 15 minutes and that's it.
and
I
you
don't
don't
have to do
need to
anything else.
transcribe for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
doing interviews and transcribing that takes way, way longer and it's so much more
Yeah.
effort. Here to chat about it and everyone's like, oh, cool, I don't care. And then everyone's like, awesome. Moving on, I've covered that thing now.
So that's kind of the roundup.
What about you? What about you?
Oh, yeah, your turn.
Yeah, Queen's turn.
Can I just speak to this? Is this how this is going to work?
Selfie.
Yeah, selfie
I've
time.
got to get like really far back to be able to fit in frame.
Yeah, what about you, Dad?
I don't know. It's been really weird taking over the show from Ray because I was on the show. This is in September. It's going to be 3 years I've been on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, which is hectic. And I don't really know how it feels to be the old guard anymore. To start being the old guard. Like,
Yeah.
gosh, you and I had a conversation about this a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I was punching cigarettes.
Yeah.
Like,
Just on the table, he's just like...
just going for it.
He wasn't even
Really aggressive guy. You don't know it.
Don't
but
smoke. I regretted it so bad the next morning. But that kind of feeling of being in the space for a long time and seeing people come and go and seeing how the industry changes, like that kind of, and I feel like the people are always going to be the engine that fuels the fire of this beast, right?
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's always awesome. Like, as much as we have like such a small team here, I feel like we all work well together.
Yeah.
We all have
it's a really strong
a different
impact.
perspective. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punching those cigarettes was a really
Speaking of strong impact,
Punching them.
as far as like what the show looks like post CRN, like the Community Radio Network version, like I'll publish a half-hour edit every single week. The resources that I was allocating towards that, maybe we could try and put towards something else. Maybe going back to more social videos,
Yeah.
because that obviously really fell off over the last few months. Because I was like, here's a proof of concept, and then my real life was like,
hang on a second.
We've got
where
other
are
plans.
you? Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Go to work.
That has
job.
Basically.
that fun 2 months where I was basically unemployed. Done.
Bills.
But yeah, it's been a ride, and I think the next 6 months are going to be as big of a ride as the last have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I'm with you guys. Oh
Thanks, I hate it.
my god! You're hanging out on
band.
Z Games with Jack, Millie, Caitlin, Kate, and Koshi. Before we wrap up on this episode, Kate, Mars Underground.
Yeah,
You've been
I'm gonna
playing
do.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like a speed review.
You've got 5 minutes.
Okay,
Give us that
well,
5-minute review. Go.
Okay, should I talk faster or should I don't think I can. I just don't have the energy. Anyway,
Be concise. You don't need to
You.
speak fast. Just be concise. Dude.
His video
You
game
study.
good.
You know what concise is.
It's big game good.
His big game
it's
good.
nice. I like it.
Yay, done.
Hang out on Z Games.
Okay, so Mars Underground is a really unique concept. It's Groundhog Day in a video game.
Woo.
You basically go through with no understanding of who the character Mars is. Just want to give everyone a heads up, because when you start the game, they make you sign like a liability thing.
Oh, fun.
It's not real, but they call it a psychological video game experiment or something. So the whole thing has this kind of air of spookiness and like weird, like kooky.
Right.
Like it's an experiment, you know. We're taking your details, and you don't, you can't be slanderous against us, and it's meant to be like this, kind of like, ooh, what are they? Okay, are they? All right.
Okay.
Was that a sentence?
You were pretty uneasy through this game, I feel, from the sound.
No, it's fun though.
Okay.
So Mars has basically moved with his family to a new town.
You're playing as Mars.
Yes, you're playing as Mars. And he has moved to this new town, and the only thing that you know in the first it's kind of a cutscene where they give you the ropes. It's almost a tutorial, I guess. It runs you through, Mars doing his day, and then it shows you that you get options, but you only have one available to choose. You run through, you realize he is at a new school, he's moved, and he goes to a psychiatrist and gets some medication. He takes the medication and wakes up at the same day. And so every day you wake up after taking this medication, which has all these scary kind of warnings on it. Do not take abruptly, otherwise you'll experience serious psychosis. And then, which, I mean, accurate. Please be careful with your medication.
Yeah, don't
Read labels.
Yeah.
read labels.
But furthermore, then you realize as you're going through this day over and over and over again that some of the people you talk to in the town kind of say some weird things, like, I like things and stuff and okay and doobie-doobie-da-ba-da-ba-doop. And you're like, what? And it's sometimes it's like character, you know, like there is character in what they're saying. So, for instance, there's a character called Junior who... is basically just a school bully, and everything he says is to do with thinking you're a school bully, or well, being the school bully and bullying you.
Fun.
Yeah, so that's like cohesive, but then some of these characters just come out with nothing, and it's spooky, and you kind of realize that something else is going
It's
on.
like some Lavender Town, like terrifying stuff.
That's weird.
It's not
I'm uncomfortable.
very scary. It's uncomfortable.
But it's
not
uneasy.
scary.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something more going on here. Like,
Right.
otherwise you just think, well, what have I got to figure out? But you got to figure out why everyone's acting funny, something to do with this medication, and what's going on in the town. And who's Mars? Why is he there?
So,
Why is his name Mars?
yeah, a little bit. A bit about the gameplay, though. It is a top-down sort of pixel arty looking
Yes.
game. Is
So it
it
looks like Stardew Valley.
mostly
Oh, okay,
like
cool.
an
Cute.
adventure, like walking around and talking to
Yes.
people and interacting with the world? It's not like there's no
Exactly.
combat or anything like that.
No,
it's just,
there's no combat.
Okay, cool.
It's basically just going around and talking and choosing what you want to say. So obviously you talk to different characters. You can be silent or you can say different options.
Right.
And through that kind of adventure, you discover more about Mars and why he's there. And you find out that he wasn't a great kid where he was previously. You don't
He
know
was
what
a
he
bad
did.
boy.
Yeah, so that's why he needs this medication. What did he actually do? You have to find that out through the gameplay.
So it's a very narrative-focused game.
Absolutely.
Cool.
So,
Nice.
yeah. And it's just interesting seeing how you kind of get hints to what you need to do with other things by interacting with things. So you find out, like, if you punch one of the kids at school, you get expelled. And
Nice.
then- yeah. And
Who would have
no matter-
guessed?
Yeah. But nothing you do in the game really matters because you do just get to repeat it again.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you have an experience with a character that doesn't go the way you wanted it to, you can just do it again the next day because they won't remember.
That's
But
fascinating.
it does impact the gameplay for that day.
Right. So you're kind of strapped in for the day, and then you get to reset.
Yes.
How long does the
Yeah.
game? How long does the game day last?
That I haven't figured out because sometimes it's based on where you are in the actual game.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes you have to physically go to somewhere to see something happen, watch
And
a
then time
cutscene,
progresses.
and then it
Okay.
says, okay, day 3 or March, whatever the date is,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
this time, and then it moves you to the next spot, or it gives you a cue that, okay, class time, go to PE, find out that this person's the most sporty, fastest. So
It's a bit weird and wonderful, but
Yeah.
yeah.
it sounds like you could do like Groundhog Day. Eventually, you find out you can do weird and wacky things.
Yes.
I'm guessing like you could just be like, I'm just going to go left, and then just like
Die.
escape or like walk off or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so there are limitations in that Mars is obviously a child. He can't drive or travel.
Right.
He can take the bus, which has very limited locations.
Oh, mood.
It's like living in Brisbane.
Yeah. There's,
Too real.
Yeah, there's
I
different
know that
places you
feel.
can go. The bus does stop, which
Okay.
again, like living in Brisbane.
Yep. Does it break
yeah.
down a lot?
It's like
It's a
caught
really-
in
yeah,
buildings
it's a-
on like
it's a-
the edge of the road. God, I hate these buses.
Or it
Yeah.
just doesn't run if you live where I live.
Yeah, fair. But sort of overall thoughts, if you're looking for a narrative game that is
Yes.
kind of uneasing, but
It's just interesting
there's a
because you
mystery.
want to know more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I love
yeah.
it. I want to play it, but I can't because I have a Mac.
Aw.
Yeah, that's true. It's PC.
That's
Be
your
better.
fault,
yeah.
Millie.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
dare you be rich? I spent all my money on my Mac and now I'm broke.
Basically.
That brings us to the end of the show for this week. If you've been listening on the Community Radio Network for the last 6 months,
We
or
love you.
honestly, for the greater part of the last 10 years, which is mental to me.
Yep.
You can still hang out with us. We have a website, ZGamesAU, ZEDGamesAU.net. You can find our podcast on iTunes and Spotify. You can find our social media on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And yeah, if you're listening on 4ZZZ, we're taking the next 2 weeks off. Ray's going to play a bunch of music.
Welcome back,
Oh, yeah,
Granddad.
bits and pieces are
So
playing.
we're going to have a good break, and I'm going to get demolished in Japan.
Sounds tough. That
In
must really
all the
suck.
ways.
I'm going to have such a good time.
Yeah, I was going to say, what apps are you signing up to this time?
Oh, anyway. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.